Hello all, my name is Kelly Harris and I'm here today to go over some of the fun and exciting ideas you can implement for your adult programming with the 2016 iRead theme Read for the Win. What's really great about this theme is that there are so many different directions you can take with your programming. You can really offer a lot of variety over the course of your summer reading program, which is really going to be fun for your adult patrons. The first direction you can go is sports, because we all know how much everyone loves sports. You can invite a speaker from your local historical society or college to talk about some interesting sports history in your town, like a well-known team, a rivalry, or a mascot. You can also invite a speaker to talk about popular sports around the world. With the Summer Olympics coming up in 2016, this kind of topic is really going to spark a lot of interest. You can add some sports trivia to these programs to make them a little bit more interactive and fun. Another option is to host a sports photography class with someone from your local newspaper. This can be more of just a lecture session, or you can integrate it with your technology classes and offer some additional programs in photo editing if you'd like. You can also create some cooking classes on popular tailgating recipes, because this has become an incredibly fun topic, especially on Pinterest. If you have the space, you can offer the classes outdoors if you're hoping to demonstrate some of the grilling recipes. Another sports-themed option is to offer a nuts and bolts introduction to fantasy sports about starting your own fantasy football league. Just make sure that if you're going to offer this kind of class, you hold it earlier in the summer rather than later, so patrons get all the information they need before training camp starts, so they can talk to their friends and get a league set up before it's a little bit too late. If you're looking to get some team spirit and excitement around your summer reading program, there are a lot of different fun competitions you can host for your patrons. If you have access to some outdoor space, you can set up a daytime bags tournament or a yard game Olympics program. The best part of this kind of program is that you can open it to families or keep it just adults, whatever you prefer, and it gets people active outside of the library. If you don't have space on site, you can look into using a local park instead. And since yard games are so popular, you can ask to borrow bag sets and other equipment from staff and volunteers, which will help keep some of the costs down. You can also host indoor competitions like an adults-only board game night or a casino night. The cost of supplies, again, can be kept relatively low by borrowing board games and decks of cards from staff and volunteers. During the program, you can pass out chips that patrons can earn depending on the games they play that they can later exchange for iRead prizes and for books. If you're looking to get into the community with your programs, you can team up with a local bar and host a literary pub trivia night. If there's an established trivia program in town, you can also ask the bar if you can maybe host an evening or provide some bookish questions that are sponsored by the library as another way of kind of getting into the program. You can also partner with local business and community organizations for a community scavenger hunt. You can choose to have patrons either visit local businesses and get stamps to show that they did so and run it over the course of a day or maybe over several weeks, and at the end they can turn in their ticket to receive a prize. This is another program that is great for adults and for families, and is another really great way to build up relationships with local businesses in your town. You can also use the Read for the Win theme to encourage wellness and healthy lifestyles in your community. You can offer a Couch to 5K program that runs as either a one-time event or over the course of a few weeks. And you can invite local personal trainer, a coach, or a running store owner to talk about some of the issues that come with preparing for a 5K race and what they can expect during training. Or you can decide to partner with a local organization that's already offering a Couch to 5K program and ask to provide some crossover events with the library. You can also work with some of your local health organizations like the Red Cross or a local health department to host a community health fair about initiatives in your town and resources patrons can use to get healthy. Now, depending on the size of the health fair, you may want to create a committee to help plan and execute this kind of program, but it's a really excellent way to promote healthy living to your patrons and a great way to build partnerships in your town. For a more low-cost option, you can create Library Summer Walking Club that meets either once a week, once a month, once every other week, and you can take it a step further, no pun intended, by making it a walking book club where people can either discuss books in general or one book in particular. You can also host speaking events by inviting local experts to come in and talk about things like ways to maximize your workouts and prevent injuries, healthy stretching techniques, or growing fruits and vegetables in your home garden to promote healthy eating. One of the last directions you can take with your programs is what I like to call the Winning at Life series. They're essentially meant to help patrons improve on some aspect of daily life, and what's nice is there are a lot of different topics you can choose from. One option is to offer a class or series on best practices for using new social media platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter, and ways it can help streamline your life. You can also gear it towards groups like business owners, job seekers, or parents, and tackle specific issues like marketing or privacy. If you're looking to support professionals and job seekers during your summer reading program, you can host a local recruiter, a business professional, or a job coach to speak on a subject like networking, resume writing, or financial literacy. Now, these classes can be more of a lecture Q&A format, or you can offer a hands-on workshop where people can test out online resources that relate to your specific topic, or get one-on-one assistance with something like resume writing. Another potential topic is organizing, which always piques people's interest, especially with popularity of books like The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. So you can host a local organizing expert to teach a class on freeing yourself of clutter and ways to increase personal efficiency in your day-to-day life. Now, in addition to all the programs and events you can offer, you can also provide some ongoing contests throughout summer reading to encourage your patrons to get out and read. You can create book bingo with different genres, formats, plot elements, what have you, to go along with the books that they're already reading. They can fill in the squares for each of the books that match a certain criteria and then turn in completed cards for prizes or entries into a grand prize drawing at the end of your program. If you're looking for inspiration, you'll find a lot of templates for book bingo cards on Pinterest. You can also encourage patrons to complete a 1K reading challenge by reading a book with more than 1,000 pages. Winners can get a prize or get their names posted on a reading wall of fame that you display at your library. Another fun competition is the book bracket. You might have seen these pop up around March Madness, but essentially you pick a theme like authors, books, or series, something like that, and create a bracket where each of these book teams go head to head. You then ask patrons to create their own brackets and vote on each matchup, and then award the prize to the patron with the most complete bracket at the end of the summer reading program. This is a program that tends to be pretty popular on social media, so make sure to ask patrons to vote in the library and online to help increase participation. Another way to shake up your summer reading program is by creating reading teams. You can limit the teams by age or offer the option to sign up as a family or a group of friends. And you would essentially encourage each patron to read, or each patron group to read as many pages or books as possible and offer prizes to the winners. You can also post a leaderboard in your library to help get some of the excitement and interest around the program. With all the fun that's going on around your summer reading program, you're going to want to make sure you get your social media audience in on the action too. You can post things like online polls with favorite sports teams or book series, movie adaptation, and encourage your followers to vote on their favorites. Another option is to share ready-made top 10 lists on Pinterest, Tumblr, Facebook, or your library blog with readers' advisory suggestions for different summer reading topics. Now, if you can, you should also try to include links that will bring a patron back to your catalog. This is going to make the books easier for them to find, and it's also going to generate more traffic to your website. And if you can, also make sure you include not just regular books, but ebooks, movies, music, things like that. You can also encourage your patrons to share their own top 10 lists by tagging the library in their posts. Another idea that can really help tell your story and get into that sports element of the Read for the Win theme is to create a library mascot. You can post pictures of them throughout the library doing fun and silly things like reading a book, taking a nap, writing a book card throughout the stacks, whatever you want, and let the patrons follow their antics throughout the reading program. Then to get in the bigger reading conversation on social media, you can also mark your post with hashtags that's going to make them easy to find. Hashtag library sports is a particularly fun one that really ties into the Read for the Win theme and is a cool way to share a behind the scenes look at your staff. You can share pictures of people doing incredible bookish feats like processing an insane number of books or carrying an impressive stack of books all at one time. You can also get in a really popular hashtag called Bookface Friday. If you're unfamiliar with this, take a look at New York Public Library's Instagram feed for examples. Essentially, you find a book with a cover that can line up to somebody's face and take a picture of it. And I promise it sounds a lot more fun it's a lot more fun than it sounds. You can use books that coincide with Read for the Win theme about sports, athletes, the Olympics, and post them to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And make sure, as you're posting things to your social media, you check out iRead's Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest pages for some more great ideas and general summer reading fun. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you found some great information and some ideas for your Read for the Win program this year, and happy reading!